Cardiogolf, and if you're watching this video, you're part of my Cardiogolf certification. So if you've been watching the videos, you see that I use a lot of equipment in the exercise class, and you're probably wondering how to get some of that equipment, so I'd like to explain to you some of the things that I use. So first of all, I use the Shorty Practice Training Club. That's my signature piece of equipment that I use. The club is short so that you can swing inside. You can see you won't smack the ceilings or the walls. The club face is a little bit closer to the hand so you can monitor that club face position. It's a little bit lighter so that you can swing it a little bit faster. So as a Cardiogolf certified instructor, you'll have access to getting clubs for your class. We'll actually offer you a package at a discount price where you can order several clubs. So I recommend you buy a few clubs for yourself so that you can pass out to your students to use during the class. That's what I do. I take my clubs with me, then I pass the clubs out. That way they don't have to worry about bringing clubs or anything to the class. Or you can actually have your own students purchase a club, and what we'll do is we'll link a little coupon code back to you. So if you encourage any of your students to buy a club and they purchase one, then you'll get a little kickback from that. And then you could have them bring their club to the class. The only thing about that is that sometimes they forget, so I would recommend you having a few extra clubs so that you can pass out and they can use during the class. One of the new things that we're going to have soon is the Cardiogolf Shorty Junior Club. So this club, you can see it looks like the same as the regular Cardiogolf club, but it's going to be specifically for kids. The grip is a little bit smaller, and it's a little bit lighter than the regular Cardiogolf club so that they can swing it inside. And this is great for junior golf because, first of all, it's fun for them to swing the club, and it's a little bit less dangerous than having them swing clubs, the big clubs. So it's a little bit better for them. So you can do all the same Cardiogolf exercises with your junior golfers. As part of the Cardiogolf certification program, I want to make sure that you have support so that you can teach the classes. You might not have the Cardiogolf slope yet, so I want to give you a couple of options of how to practice those uphill and downhill lies if you don't have a Cardiogolf slope. So the first option to use instead of a Cardiogolf slope is to use a basic step, and most gyms have these steps. So I recommend using the smallest step because that really represents more of an uphill and a downhill lie. You want to be careful if your step is too high, that slope would be too severe. So using a step from a gym would be one option instead of using the Cardiogolf slope. Another option to use instead of a Cardiogolf slope would be to use a Bosu ball, and these are usually in gyms as well. So Bosu balls are designed to have an unstable surface. So as you do that, what you have to do is you have to stabilize your core as you step on and off of the Bosu ball. So this would be one option to use as a Cardiogolf slope. You can see you can step up here and simulate that uphill and the downhill lie just like we do in the Cardiogolf classes. So Bosu ball is a really good option. Plus, you can do a lot of the balance exercises as well, and that will help really strengthen lower body and core muscles. Another option to use instead of the Cardiogolf slope would be to use a basic yoga block, and these usually are at gyms that teach yoga. So this is a good tool, but I would just recommend that you just be careful how you use the yoga block. You really only want to step on it and do an uphill and downhill lie. You wouldn't want to do exercises where you're jumping or trying to land on the yoga block. All right, so from here you could set up and simulate that backswing, just like we do on the Cardiogolf slope, and it's the same deal. You're trying to align yourself towards the slope, and you can do the backswing exercises, you can step over it and do the follow-through exercises. Again, I would just be really careful if you're using a yoga block to make sure that the person is super fit and stable. You don't want to use the yoga block that anyone that has any balance issues where their foot could actually slip off here or try to do the exercises really quickly because you could misstep and twist your ankle or something. But a yoga block is a good option for an uphill and downhill lie, just simulating those. So you could just have them stand on the yoga block like this, and practice that uphill lie, then have them step over and maybe just practice the follow through like that. So if you're at a place where you don't have a step or a Bosu ball or any yoga blocks, you can even simulate uphill and downhill lies without any equipment at all. What you do is you set up as if you're going to hit a shot, and then obviously if they're a right-handed golfer, their lead foot would be higher. So you just have them lift up their left heel like this. So you can see as I'm doing this, I'm having my body angled as if I were on an uphill slope, and I'm just lifting that heel off the ground. I'm on my tippy toe right here, and this is a great balance exercise right here. You can just have them set up in that uphill stance lie and just, explain to them how you want to be angled towards the slope, and then you can have them do a backswing like this. So even if you don't have the Cardiogolf slope, you can still do the drill where you practice uphill and downhill lies. So this would be for the uphill lie, and then for the downhill lie, if they're right-handed, that back foot would be, heel would be up like this, and then you can have them practice the downhill lie. Again, you're angled at the slope, so as you swing back, obviously you're not going to be able to take a full backswing, but when you follow through with that heel up, it really gives you that sensation of following down and through the slope. So this would be the downhill, like this. Good. This would be the downhill. So this would be the uphill lie, lifting that front heel, really trying to get into that back side, just like you would with the slope. So this is a good exercise here. Even if you have a slope, you can do that. This is the downhill, and then you follow through. And you can even have them practice kind of a side hill lie where the ball is below their feet. And this is a great balance exercise. So you'd have them set up and then lift both heels off the ground. So this is a good exercise in itself, just lifting the heels. You'll really feel this in the back of your legs. You have to stabilize your core to stay balanced. It's hard to talk and do this at the same time. And you can kind of talk about how with those side hill lies with the ball below your feet, you have to really stay down and through. You don't want to raise up through the shot. And then to practice a side hill lie with the ball above the feet, you can practice more like maybe like a baseball and kind of explain how the club goes more around. And then you can also explain on those side hill lies how the ball will follow the slope. So obviously when you're on a side hill lie with the ball below your feet, the ball will squirt off to the right if you're right-handed. And if you have the ball above, you'll explain how the ball curves towards the left. So you can still practice those uphill and downhill and side hill lies without the slope. You just have to be a little creative. Also, those are good exercises to incorporate into the program anyway. So hopefully that gives you a few ideas of how to do uphill and downhill, side hill lies, even if you don't have the Cardiogolf slope yet. But stay tuned, that's going to be coming out this summer. And also, I would encourage you to send me any of your ideas of how you do some Cardiogolf exercises, and maybe we can start a little community where we share those exercises with other Cardiogolf instructors so that we can really build a strong program. I want to thank you so much for participating in the Cardiogolf certification program. I'm really excited about how this is developing. So we're still in the infancy, and there's still a long way to go, but I promise you, as one of the first Cardiogolf instructors, you're going to be on the ground level of a program that's really going to take off, and I promise I really want to support you to make sure that your program is a success. So any questions or comments you have, please make sure you let me know, and I will try to answer them immediately. And let's try to help out each other by coming up with new Cardiogolf exercises for everybody.